Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel and today's stream for more Pro Wrestling Sim here, the Global Wrestling Federation journey. We're still a cult promotion, but hopefully soon with some changes. As today's title thumbnail, you can see we have a brand split, ladies and gentlemen, and a lot of changes to the brand as we are getting going here today. We also have some contracts that we're going to look through real quick. So let's start there. Let's start with the contracts. We have Jim Molyneux. He is a referee. We are adding him to the roster because we needed another referee because of the brand split. We've also added back Booker T. We had him as one of the original members of GWF. He is now back home where he belongs. Jonathan Reckner, we're going to bring him in to a deal, finalize his contract. We have Joel Gertner. He is going to be added on to a contract. And then we have James Beard, another referee we needed, added in. And Kevin Nash. Pretty cheap deal for Kevin Nash, to be honest with you guys, man. It's crazy. So there we go. We got all those people signed in. Super excited about this. Before we do anything further, I want to thank our channel members, patrons, for your generosity supporting the channel. Thank you all so much for what y'all do every single month with your patronage. It cannot go unspoken whatsoever. So thank you all for supporting the channel and being loyal subscribers and members here at Wrestle Labs. I appreciate y'all so very much. So here we go, y'all. We have changes. So let's start with the brands. We have two brands here with GWF. Now we have our flagship A show, if you will. That is GWF Dynasty. This is our big show, I would call it. Okay, and you can see we've already aligned everybody to this show. Bret Hart, Ric Flair being the two main big baby faces on our main eventers. Here you see the heels we have, and then we kind of go through the line here again. If you need a pause at any point to look at these in more depth, you can, but I'm just going to kind of go through. So we have all this going. Super excited about this roster for GWF Dynasty. Hopefully they can do very, very well. So you can see we've split everybody up. James, Brad, what's going on, you guys? Thank you all so much, as always, for being here. Here you see our announcers we have, our referees we have for the brand as well. Here's our backstage staff. They're going to help with some things. So that's Dynasty. That's the roster we're running in with Dynasty. Some of this stuff will evolve and change for certain. Nothing's set in stone. This is just, I did a lot of stuff off camera between the last stream and now. Here's our secondary show. So Dynasty will be, I believe we are setting to Monday nights, or was it Tuesday nights? I can't remember right now. We'll look at that in a second. And then we have our secondary show, which will be on, I believe, Thursdays or Fridays. I can't remember right now. Uprising. Uprising is our secondary show. So again, Dynasty is akin to Raw. Uprising is going to be akin to SmackDown. So Uprising, this is the main roster we have for Uprising. And I dig it. I think, we still have some big faces and heels, big timers here, which is what we needed. We didn't want to have it just be stacked on one show. So we evenly split it up. But obviously, Dynasty is the bigger of the two. But we still have some big faces and heels here. We have a lot of our women's roster over here as well. But this is where all our enhancement talent are going to be on this roster. So that's kind of where we're at currently. There you see the announcers. We got Soley and Gertner will be the announcers there for the brands. But I'm very pleased with this. And I'm very curious to see how it's all going to play out. And again, everybody is signed to a brand. Everything is situated. So how is this going to work? Well, we have it set up. So events, if we go here, GWF Dynasty is every Monday, 90-minute show, normal importance. Uprisings every Thursday, normal show, 90-minute importance. We've also added in and got rid of our monthly regular pay-per-view. I've gone ahead and I have added a full pay-per-view cycle for GWF. So you've already seen some of these, but we have new ones here. So we have GWF Year Zero. This is our, it's a big show we're going to do on January's. Getting into March, we have Global Summit. That's like our WrestleMania type show. After that, in May, we have New Tide Rising, which is our spring event show. And then in summer, we have Collision Course, which we've just recently did. Then we're about to come up to this month. We have Scorched Earth. This is another one of our massive shows we're going to be having. Hopefully, it could be really, really good. Scorched Earth, our summer event show. Gold Rush is in September. This is one of the big 4 pay-per-views. It's 150 minutes long. Then we have Graveyard Shift. That is our Halloween show down here. And then we finish up our pay-per-view cycle with December Lone Star Rumble, which is one of our main 4 big pay-per-views. So those are all of the pay-per-views we have currently, ladies and gentlemen. And then we have, of course, On the Road is our tour trip we do once a month. So we have On the Road continuing on. So Scorched Earth is basically SummerSlam. Yes. What was it? Is there any reason Year Zero is the only pay-per-view that's not on the 4th Friday? It's because the only reason I did that, James, is because I want it as close to New Year's as possible, basically. So I'll change this from being the 4th Friday to make it like the 2nd Friday, or third Friday for Lone Star Rumble. So yeah, I really want Year Zero to be right as soon as possible in New Year's time, right? No November pay-per-view right now, no. So I have January, March. So we got January, we're going to take a break in February. March, we have a pay-per-view. May, we have a pay-per-view. May, June, we have a pay-per-view. So we got 3 straight months with a pay-per-view right here. Then we got July, another pay-per-view. August, we're off. So we're really busy during the summertime. And then August, we're off. September, we got a pay-per-view. October, we have a pay-per-view. November, we're taking off. December, we have a pay-per-view. So I think it works really well. So no November pay-per-view. Everything should be set now. I'm very excited about this roadmap. And for network deals, for our pay-per-views, like all these here, you see what we've got. We have Samurai TV, which will be airing to the world, basically. Then we have pay-per-view for Shaw, which will be North America, Canada. MVS Multivision, which is pay-per-view for South America, Mexico. And then Time Warner pay-per-view for North America, US. So that's what we have set up for our pay-per-views, and for the most part. And then for Dynasty and Uprising, we have set up Samurai TV staying so we can cover all regions, CBCs so we can get Canada, TNT Mexico so we get South America, Mexico, and then the big one for us now here is Fox for United States. So that's what we have set up for our network deals for our 2 shows now. So our flagship show, Dynasty, and then Uprising, the secondary show. Super stoked about this, you guys. Very excited about the future for the brand, and what that's going to bring. Now, for titles, we do have a couple titles, such as Uprising, the Brass Knuckle Championship will be exclusive now to Uprising. The Light Heavyweight Championship is exclusive to Uprising. Our North American Heavyweight Championships exclusive to Dynasty. The tag titles are not exclusive to anything. They will be played across both brands. The TV title will be exclusive to Dynasty. The Triple Crown, I've renamed this now, the GWF Triple Crown, is not exclusive yet, but once we get it on somebody on Uprising, it will become the brand exclusive title for Uprising. And then the women's titles across both brands as well. So that's what we have set up right there, you guys. Very excited about those titles. Very excited about the potential for these brands to hopefully be really good. So here you see kind of the roadmap of what we have coming up for the next couple weeks. Uprising and Dynasty will still be auto booking all of these, and then we are going to get ready for our next pay-per-view with Scorched Earth, followed the next day by On the Road, and then we'll go from there. So some big stuff happening. Yeah, I'm stoked about it, man. I'm really, really excited about this. So leave all your thoughts. Let me know what y'all think about all this. And, you know, of course, I'll be trying to pay attention to the chat as we keep going through. Again, everybody, thank you so much for trickling in, being a part of the stream. Let's get to Scorched Earth, which is 14 days away. Should I have a tournament for the Triple Crown? That's not a terrible idea, actually, James. I actually like the idea of doing a tournament at some point. I like the idea of that. I really do. So let's see how we're doing here. We've gone through a couple weeks. Let's see how the popularity is doing. So Uprising, our first Uprising now, sold pretty well. Let's see how it did view-wise. Decent. CBC did decent. What about Mexico? Pretty good. And North America, almost 2 million viewers, y'all. That's awesome. That is awesome. And Triple H wants to work with Bret Hart. We'll make that happen at some point, but we have plans for him. Of course, let's take a look at our storylines. We have some stuff going here. We have Dr. Death, Chris Jericho still doing their thing. We have Chris Candido and Rocky Johnson. This right here, I asked the AI to help me book this storyline. So what I'm kind of thinking. So if you want to actually pause and read this, you can. But here's the premise for the Triple H Kane storyline in a nutshell. I know this is going to be hard to read, especially if you're on any small screens. It's probably going to be very difficult to read. But here's kind of what I think we're going to do. All right. So we've already been building this. When we get to the Scorched pay-per-view coming up here, the Scorched Earth pay-per-view, it's going to have a special guest referee match, of course, with Paul Heyman, who is the manager still currently for both Triple H and Kane. In that, I'm going to have Kane win the match because Paul Heyman's going to screw over Triple H and side with Kane. So Paul Heyman will have a heel turn, and he's going to screw over Triple H. So let's make sure Paul Heyman is already a heel. I think, yes, he is. Perfect. So he's going to screw over Triple H, side with Kane. And then later down the line, when we get to our next pay-per-view, so we have Scorched Earth, he gets screwed over in that match. And then the way we're going to blow off the feud is when we get to the next pay-per-view, Gold Rush, which is a Big Four pay-per-view. Triple H will go over, beat Kane and Paul Heyman in the corner of Kane, all that stuff, win the feud, and then he can move on to bigger pastures like maybe even Bret, the Hitman Hart. So that's kind of what I have planned. I'm not going to do weekly booking because it's just so much extra, but the whole gist of it is Scorched Earth, Triple H gets screwed over by Paul Heyman, the special guest referee, cost him the match, sides with Kane, and then at Gold Rush, he defeats Kane and Paul Heyman in the corner of Kane, and Triple H goes over as this massive babyface. I think it'll be huge. I hope it's going to work out really well. So that's what we have planned for that storyline. We also have one here for Bret Hart and Jeff Jarrett, where I am trying to plan a double turn, basically, which I know is a hard thing to do. But I think it's time we've had Jeff Jarrett plan to turn face at some point soon. So I think we're going to double turn and have Jeff Jarrett switch over to the face, Bret Hart switch to a heel in this feud in one match somehow. Because Bret Hart's always played it kind of clean. So I think what we can do with this is kind of that storyline with him and Stone Cold. Y'all remember the Stone Cold match where Stone Cold and Bret Hart, they both had the double turn where Bret Hart came into the match as a face, Stone Cold came to the match as the heel, and by the end of the match, Stone Cold was the face and Bret Hart was the heel because Bret Hart was using weapons and being a little shifty and stuff. So I think that's what we're going to do with this type of situation here, where Bret Hart's going to flip mid-match, Jeff Hart will flip mid-match, and that will be a good thing for that. So I think that's kind of the plans we're going to go for. Just wanted to showcase a couple storylines before we keep on booking, but I'm very excited about that. So let me know y'all's thoughts on those storylines. I'm pretty excited about them, but of course, I'd like to know what you all think. So here we go. We got any big changes here? Let's see here. Promotion Wars. Okay, we beat WWF still. Got a great hire for me. Who do you have? Tom Brandy. We'll look at him. Tom Brandy, 28 years old, pretty good ability. Currently working with what? Nobody? He's not hired by anybody. He's had no contracts. He was in USWA for a little bit of time. He's got a good working relationship with Tommy Dreamer as well. He's decent. I mean, we could add him in. Sure. So let's say sure. And let's go to Tom Brandy here. I'm always trying to make people happy here on the brand. So we're going to go 4-year deal, enhancement talent. Probably will be the play here, I'm assuming, right? So as a face, monthly written. No, let's do informal. No, let's do monthly. Or yeah, let's just do the years. Okay. Anything else here? Why am I not seeing the disposition here? So face. Why am I not seeing like his... What's his push? I don't see the push anywhere. Am I missing this? Okay. Well, I'm not seeing the push, so I'm kind of confused by that. It's probably because in here I changed the... Let's go to default, and now it may make it better. Still can't see it on there. Okay, whatever. So it is what it is. We got that there. You could sign Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon and Matt Heisen and get the... Yeah, I could get the Dudley family, but I believe Bubba, if I'm not mistaken, is locked up right now in New Japan. So the Dudleys are they're a bit locked up. Devon's available. Doesn't like us. Matt Heisen is available. So I think we're going to stay away from the Dudleys for a little bit of time here. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's keep pushing. We're getting closer to that Scorched Earth pay-per-view. Let's get to it. So, again, I'm so excited about that Triple H feud. I really hope it's going to work out well for us. Again, we're doing well viewership-wise. Okay, he accepts the deal. All right, great. Great. Our viewership and everything, we're still cult following. We're at a 51.2. Man, we were up to a... Right here, 50, and then we slowly trickled up. Okay, so we're flying up. We're just not where we want to be yet. Look how good Dynasty and Uprising are doing on Fox, though, for us, man. We're outplaying WCW now. We're outplaying WCW on TSN now. That's awesome. Forget you guys. We're taking everything here. We're taking it all. 8 days away now from Scorched Earth pay-per-view. And right now we have, I believe, Bret Hart is our Triple Crown champion. At some point we need him to drop that title. At some point to somebody from Uprising. And that may come at Gold Rush. Gold Rush may be that place where we do that. So we'll see. Okay, we got 14 pieces of mail here. A lot of stuff going on here. Let's see here. Of course, numbers, promotion stuff. Okay, yep. All right. Everything's good. Still, look at the viewership now. 51.5 in popularity now. We're still doing good. Promise Samuel Fatu a title opportunity. We can do that in this pay-per-view. Storylines are all still very good that we have. Let's go check to see if there's any good hireables that we want. None right there. Let's go check by debut date, and still nobody. Kevin Kelly's still there. We can get Kevin Kelly if we want. Add him in here, but not interested. So I think 60 popularity is how we get out of Cult. Yeah, I do think it's 60 popularity, even though the game's AI told me it was 50. I think it's 60, or at least we maybe need to have 2 at 50, maybe, or like two different regions at 50. We're getting close in Latin America, but it's going to take some more time. So we're here for our Scorched Earth pay-per-view, another pay-per-view here. This is a July show from Illinois. So they're thinking we're going to have about 12,300 tickets on hand for this one. Let's go to, I would like for y'all to be close capacity. Let's go to Georgia, maybe? No, let's go Iowa. Do we have anything in Iowa? Yeah, Hilton Coliseum. Let's do Iowa. Go to Iowa, Hilton Coliseum. We're not going to sell it out, but that's okay. And again, we know some of the matches we do want to put on here, but we're going to, of course, add some changes to it that we need to. Bret Hart and Akira. So let me check titles real quick. So we know Dr. Death is our brass knuckle champ. Eddie Gilbert's the light heavyweight champ. Ric Flair's the North American champ. The Hardys are the tag champs. Edge is the television champ. And Bret Hart is the Triple Crown champ. And Manami Toyota is the women's champ. That's our current situation. So what I think we need to do here is... Right now, we're still good with Bret Hart staying champion here, even though it's making this gentleman. I mean, we could flip it here and make Bret go here, but I'm gonna wait for that. I think we're gonna wait for that. I also want to go ahead into Brett and plan. I want to go to Bret Hart and plan the heel turn. Like, we have it right now. He's a face, so we already have planned the heel turn. Okay, great. And then Jeff Jarrett, do we have that one already planned too? So we need to check Jeff. We should have him planned for the face turn. Yes. Okay, so we are ready for that double turn. All right, let's get to booking here. So we already have this. So that match is good. That match is good. 26 minutes is ridiculous. We're not going anything that long. Excuse me. Okay, so the only real storyline match that I want to blow off in this feud, in this pay-per-view, is Kane and Triple H. I want to get that going now. So let's get that going with Triple H and Kane. Yep. We're going to get that going. We're going to make it a special guest referee, Bruce Pritchard, on the call for this. A special guest referee. The referee, because of that, show all workers, will be Paul Heyman. And oh, this makes things difficult here. Go to the P's down here. Paul. Where are you at? There you are. Terrible referee, but that's okay. So Paul Heyman will be there for the special guest referee. We're going to have Kane win by a cheap finish with a screwy ref finish. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do screwy ref finish. Triple H loses after a choke slam. And the purpose of this, make both of them look good. Paul Heyman interferes. Make it awesome. Make it awesome. Can we... Y'all are not capable of stealing the show yet, but that should be a pretty good match. We're going to have it go about 18 minutes. Not going to be the main event. I think we can make that like the co-main event, or, you know, do that, have an angle, and then main event match right there. You want me to do a tag team tournament? I was looking at that. We're going to have to look at that in the tournament section, y'all, because I don't know if I'm able to even do tag team tournament. I looked and I can only set up singles. I don't know how. Oh, you have to do it. Okay, James, thank you. You answered my question, because I was looking and it looks like singles. You can only do singles tournament. You can't do like a tag team tournament in the game, which sucks. All right, let's do our buy-in for the show. Let's get some personalities in here. So again, this is all our pay-per-views are joint. So we're gonna get Paul Heyman on it. Paul, gosh, I'm double clicking you. Go on. It's not gonna let me. Okay, Jimmy, Tammy. That's 1, 2. Let's add Janae here, and then let's go to our storylines here. I want to have Triple H and Kane on the poll on the thing here, and then I want to have something with Brett, Jeff Jarrett. Just get them in there. Pre-show, boom. Then we're going to do our video angle. 4 minutes. Every feud we have will be showcased in this, just to help grow. Edge, we have that all going too. With Edge at some point, I think we're going to push him through and over. Women's feud, push that in more. Dr. Death, Chris Jericho, Kristen Candido and Rocky Johnson, Dean Malenko and the Hardys. Matt Hardy's got some, they says he's injured. He's got mental fatigue. He's going to be missing some time just because of his mental state right now, which sucks. But I get it. All right, so the Guerreros could be a good tag team. Yeah, they very well could. I agree. Can you do a World War III match from WCW? I could. I'm trying to decide where I would do it for, though. What do you think would be a good time to do that type of match, or what feud should we use that for, I suppose, right? So we have Kane Triple H thing there. That's good. The Hardys, the Fantastics. That's a good match. We don't have Matt Hardy, though, so why is he even in this? So let's... for that, this is just purely a... I kind of like it for the sake of a storyline or something like that. We can have that and then interfere, have not you, have, where is it? Demolenko and Perry Saturn get involved in the match. Have them get interfere in this match. So this will be not a title match, obviously. It is a handicap match. Okay. That's actually not terrible. It is a little long, so I'm going to trim that down to about a 12-minute match. And now we just need to make sure we set up our agents for everything. So Edge and Brad Armstrong is a good start. We're going to have you do this one. We're going to have Giant Baba's got that. Ric Flair. Okay, we'll have that be this. Don't have any real big stipulation matches in this, but that's okay overall. I think we'll add a stipulation to maybe the opening match here with Edge and make that like a chairs match or something. Nothing crazy to it, just chairs match. I want y'all to go steal the show. All right. There we go. Let's book this thing. Do it in the January pay-per-view. So year 0 pay-per-view. Got it. That could be good. I agree. All right. So that should be a pretty solid show. Let's book it. Let's see how it goes. So our buy-in segment, 91. I wish it would tell you how much that actually affects the pay-per-view's buy-in rate, but it doesn't. 100% obviously we're going to get there for this. Our video packages always do well. First match, 3-star match. Edge retains the title against Brad Armstrong. Then we get our handicap match. Bob Fulton defeats Jeff Hardy, and of course we see the interference take place there. So Jeff Hardy doesn't lose any popularity out of that, which is good. Eddie Gilbert retains against Soji Okiyoshi. Terrible match overall in rating, but it's okay. Ric Flair retains. 4-star match against Misawa. Ends up being a really, really strong match. 5 stars. 5-star match. Kane and Triple H. A terrible match. Got a 1 star. The crowd loved it. It did okay in its rating overall. Kane does get popularity growth out of it. Triple H doesn't get hurt at all. But the finish really killed the crowd. The finish really hurt the quality of the match. Kane was struggling for breath. Okay, Triple H got a better reaction than you would expect. He's riding the wave of momentum. That's why he's going to become a mega babyface out of this. That's what we want. And then your main event coming up, Bret Hart retains a 4-star match to end the show. So, pretty good show. We get an 87 rating. We hit popularity caps for every region. We'll take it. It just feels like it could be a little bit better in some areas, right? So we're up to what now? A 51.7 and 48.9. We're so close, man. We're getting so close to these different areas. All right, let's see how Scorched Earth did. So brought in 109,000 viewers for Time Warner. Our Mexican audience brought in 26,000 viewers on Shaw. Pretty decent. And then Samurai TV, 603,000. So sold almost 13,000 tickets. Very solid show overall. Not bad. And you see the ratings. I mean, we're flying up in popularity. Can you make a hardcore title and sign Sabu and do a Sabu versus Terry Funk and sign Raven? I don't know. We'll see at some point. I look at my titles, and for me, the Brass Knuckle Championship is my hardcore title. I mean, you got brass knucks on the dang title. Like, you know, it's got to be somewhat. You got to have some sort of hardcore element to it, right? So that's my hardcore championship. Terry Funk was our longest reigning champ for that, but right now it's Steve Williams to take. So take a look at Faz again. Make good names because of your year end. A good. Oh yeah. So look at let's check some stuff. Who do you want me to look at? A different promotion. Let's go check out all these promotions really quick. So WWF, they're doing good, but they're not thriving. Like, look at their popularity. WCW's got them beat in several regions right now. WCW's thriving and doing very well. Free agents, gotcha. All right, so let's look at the free agent pool. Again, nobody here I'm in love with the name. Eddie Guerrero's available. Heck yeah, Eddie. Eddie Guerrero will have the Latino Heat gimmick. We're going to try to sign him to like a 3-year deal. And if we do that, I'm going to bump this number up by a few digits right here. And we'll see if we can get Eddie pushed in. And if we do, we'll bring him in on board. So Eddie Guerrero, we're going to try to bring him in. We'll have him and Chavo, and that gives us a tag team. What's a good tag team name for Eddie and Chavo? Is it just the Guerreros? That's what I would assume. Sabu's available. There's a back injury. He's going to be out until next year, until January of 95. So we may wait on him since that's just wasted money at this point. We don't want to bring somebody in that's not going to be able to be used. Sean Waltman. Good talent. I believe this is X-Pac, correct? May bring him in here for a deal. So I'm looking at like a degenerate, degenerate type face role. Bring him in as a heel. Let's go up $1,000 for you. Make that work. Los Gringos Locos. Los Guerreros. I like it, Mark. Mark wins. Was that legit their name, James? Okay. Los Gringos Locos. Okay. You know better than me. So if we get them signed, we will we'll make that happen. So we also, once we get the signings done, we're on the road next. We need to go to Brands. We do have, okay, Eddie's already signed, it says. So where's Chavo at? Where do I have Guerrero? Chavo. Where is he at? What brand did I put him on? Did I put him on Dynasty? I may have put him on Dynasty. Where are you? Am I missing him? What is my dog doing in the other room? He's tearing down my house, y'all. What is going on? I don't see Chavo. Where is he? Okay, yeah, he's a heel in Uprising. So we could bring in Eddie to Uprising. That works for me. Eddie in Uprising. Go. And then Waltman in Uprising. And Tom Brandy will bring you to Dynasty. Why not? Okay. And then if we do the tag team, do they already have an existing tag? Inactive? No. All right. So we'll go here. And we'll go with Chavo and Eddie if he is already on my list. Oh, that's Eddie Gilbert. So it's not going to even let him show up yet. Okay. We'll have to wait until it's officially done and signed. So we're on the road next. We're on the road next. This is our international show. For this one, I want to head to, let's just keep heading to our biggest secondary market, which is Latin America. And let's head to Brazil, maybe? Rio Grande? Was it Rio? Is there anybody that has a massive Rio de Janeiro, maybe? 20,000 seats. We fill that out. 27,000. Wow. Well, we'll fill that out. Okay, we'll do that. So it isn't signed yet. Okay. All right. So let's get this one going. This is again one of our international events we do every single month. Ric Flair, that's a good one. Eddie Gilbert, good. Jeff Hardy and the Fantastics. I'm going to take it off the card. We don't need him having triple threat matches all the time. Again, our women are not being booked. I don't understand why the AI doesn't understand we have women on the roster. They don't book them ever. It's just stupid. But you got to do what you got to do here. So we're going to just get you in here, get you in here, get you in here. Who else? Throw a lot of our women in the match. We're going to have Bruce Pritchard do it. It's going to be for the women's championship, and we're going to see who comes out and wins. I do want y'all to try to steal the show. We will make sure she gets a big entrance since she is the champ. Try to steal the show. Have at it. That should be a good match. This one here will be a Terry Funk special. It will be a hardcore or no DQ, whatever you want to call it. And purpose of this, I don't really care. I just want to see Dr. Death retain. We already did this one. Edge. We're going to take a few off here. How's he doing? Okay, that's not bad. Again, Edge, at some point, I do need you to drop that title. But I don't know if I want to do it yet, to be quite honest. I don't want him dropping it just yet. Eddie Gilbert, and you will have you do this one. This should be able to steal the show as well. We're going to go for it. And then your main event, Ric Flair. Let's have this one steal the show, and Ric Flair gets a huge entrance. Boom. Not trying to do anything crazy with the show. We'll do our buy-in. We're going to bring in some new people. Go Francine, a Jim Cornette, and Tammy Lynn Stench right there. And then we'll go Edge, Ric Flair, Bam Bam Bigelow, and we'll add in Chris Jericho on that mix. It's pre-show. Okay, bring in Vince Russo, bro. Jeff Jarrett, be the happiest man alive. Yeah, he could, but Jeff's already doing great without him. I could argue we don't even need him, to be honest. I'm honestly not sure I want Vince Russo, to be quite frank with you guys. So we'll see. All right, let's add all these people and just bump up our feuds. I really need. I'm so over the moon with this Triple H feud. I'm just so excited about that and Kane. I get to see it playing out in my brain when I'm booking it, like how it's going to work. I just hope that the finish we get at our next big pay-per-view, I hope it's as good as what I think it should be. Well, we'll find out. So, Eddie Gilbert, Jake the Snake. There we go. That's not a pre-show. It's a main show opener. Boom. Now, next, I do want to have Kane and Triple H do something. I just typed in Kane. Oh, we could do a lights out surprise fireball attack. Bro, that's crazy. Let's do it. Let's add a fireball attack. Kane is going to shoot a fireball at Kane. Or at Triple H, excuse me. Kane shooting a fireball at Triple H. I am going to make sure we get... Triple H is no longer going to be managed by... Paul Heyman. Let's change this. You now have no manager. Okay. Okay, so we have that set now, and that's awesome. That's gonna be a really fun thing to see. And then I would like to have a angle for Edge, like a pipe bomb type thing. I want Edge to have a pipe bomb cut on Ric Flair, Bam Bam Bigelow, and his opponent for the night, which is who is he facing off against right now? I can't even remember. Brad Armstrong. Just cut a pipe bomb, do some crazy stuff there. Let's have some fun with that. We're gonna have him do that before the match, and then I think that's a good show. I think that's a good show. I think we're gonna hit well with that. Let's book it. Let's book it. So here we go. 78 for the buy-in, not our best. Get a 100% for the opening package. We get a 3.5-star match. Dr. Death retains against Osuma Matsuda. 72 overall for the final score there. The angle with Triple H and Kane works perfectly. The Cerebral Assassin gimmick from Triple H worked well with that story beat. Everybody gets popularity growth out of that as well. Very, very good. The women's championship match did great. 4.5 stars for the women. Toyota retains the women's championship. It's at 77 overall. She's the only one that got any popularity growth out of that, which I was hoping we'd see some more for our other women's superstars, because they're all big stars, or can be big stars. We're really trying to showcase them if we can with a good match there. This angle here was a 68. Did fairly well. Edge did pretty good with that. Worked well with Ric Flair. Everybody learned. That's good. Edge then retains his title. Not a great match. What do I remember in terms of wrestling, in terms of storylines? I'm going to tell you, Brad, I don't remember much beyond, before 2000s. I'm going to be honest with you, because I didn't really get into wrestling until the late 90s, early 2000s. Honestly, whenever it was Raw is War, that's really when I started picking up watching wrestling. Before that, not a chance. I was too young. I was a 90s baby, so I'm not, ancient or anything like that. So I can remember a lot of good storylines somewhat from my favorite superstars. Like, that's why the double turn I'm wanting to do with Bret Hart and Jeff Jarrett. I want to do that because that was one of my favorite storylines that I remember at some point watching between Stone Cold and Bret Hart when they did the double turn. So that's what we're looking towards for that. So that's what we're trying to do. Look at this main event, dude. Ric Flair. It's going to be hard for me to take the title off him anytime soon, but it's going to happen because we only have him on a 1-year contract, and we have Jeff Jarrett locked in for a little bit longer, I think. And I want Jeff Jarrett to get a title back. Or Edge, excuse me. Edge. I want Edge to get the title there. So show did very good. Get our popularity caps across the board. We watched a ton on ESPN Classic and Japanese Vault, and I made good use of the network before they got rid of all that. Now it's a mess to find all the good wrestling stuff you want to. What do we have here? So we did well there with that. On the road, over $1 million from the viewers on Time Warner. 600,000 viewers there with that. Jeez, I did really well. We sold 20,000. We sold out that venue as well. So that's a huge win there for us. Same here, Botch. I'm turning 33 this Friday. Got into watching wrestling outside WWE. Got deep into the history of all of it. Nice. Did I watch TNA X in the 2000s? I actually didn't. Growing up, I didn't watch any other wrestling company outside of WWF. Really, I didn't even do much with TNA until I probably got to high school. So that's the late, 2008, 2009 area right there where I kind of watched a little of other type of wrestling, but not a ton. I was really WWF or nothing. Now, more recently, I've seen other wrestling companies. Like, I've seen some stuff with current day TNA, AEW to an extent, mainly through clips. I don't really watch the weekly shows as much anymore for those. The only thing I really keep up with more right now is WWE. So, yeah, so YouTube's my thing there. So let's see here. Eddie Guerrero, he accepts the deal. Perfect. Eddie's locked in. Perfect. Sam Waltman, welcome. And our promotion war stuff is always happening. So let's go to the brands. We already have them assigned. Let's go to the tag team then. Okay, so we have MIA here. I'm breaking y'all up. Y'all are inactive. Do we have an inactive that I want to use? Okay, so we're gonna go here to the Guerreros. We're gonna have Chavo and Eddie. Where's Eddie Guerrero, bro? Eddie, am I losing my mind? Do I not? Am I losing my mind? Where's Eddie Guerrero? I just signed him. Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Gilbert. Edge. Okay. Do I need to advance another day just to make sure he's on the brand? I can. I will. I'll do what I have to. Eddie and Chavo. Making sure I'm not missing. Still am not seeing Eddie Guerrero. Is he not officially signing with the company until sometime later? Is that the problem? Is that the issue? It probably helps if I read the fine print. When's he starting? His starting date will be... So we signed that July 25th. When's he start working for me? All right, hold on. Eddie Guerrero. He will not start for me until the 7th of August. That's why. Got it. August 7th, he will be beginning with us. Okay. So our Heat's still doing well for our feuds. We are getting... Oh, I forgot to give Fatu the dadgum title opportunity. My bad. We're about to get Diesel. In here. I forgot to give Triple H a match against Bret Hart. Okay, whatever. We have On the Road coming up here. That's our next big show. And then the next month is when we get to... When do we get our Gold Rush? 59 days away. So we have a little bit of a break here between. So let's push forward a little bit here. Lightning kick beating Razor. Yep, that was a classic moment for him. Probably one of the highlights of his career, honestly. You know what? Should we rename him the Lightning Kid, y'all? Should we rename him the Lightning Kid or X-Pac, or what do we think we should name him as? Because right now he is, what is he, a low to mid card? Where is he? I think he's a mid carder. Trying to find him. Where are you, kid? Sean Waltman. Okay. We could rename him now. We can call him the Lightning Kid, or we can call him the 1-2-3 Kid, or we can call him X-Pac. We can call him whatever. I think we're gonna go Lightning Kid to start. Lightning Kid. Okay. For some reason, Lightning looks like it's spelled weird to me. X-Pac, you think Super Mario Show? Okay, right now, give me a LK for Lightning Kid in chat or an X for X-Pac in the chat. I need to know. All right, before I do it, I want to know what y'all want. Sean Waltman, do we call him Lightning Kid or do we call him X-Pac? X-Pac did come later, but we're reshaping history here, so we don't care about, you know, when it technically happened. We're doing our own timetable here. So James says Lightning Kid. Super Mario Show says X-Pac. So it's 1-1 right now. Brad. Okay, Lightning Kid it is. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right, so viewership still doing really. We're over 2 million viewers now on Fox for Dynasty weekly. Let's go, baby. Look at this. So Uprising is actually performing better than Dynasty in the ratings, y'all. That's a feat, is it not? That is a feat there. Let's check real quick the hireables. See if there's any big names up here that we are, you know, maybe missing. None I see there. Let's see if there are any new debuts. Nope. No new debuts either. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep booking. Let's go a ways down here. So everything is moving in the right direction. We just need to stay consistent and get out of this dang cult status so we can get to national, because that's when we're going to really pop off as a company and be up there competing with WWF and WCW. It's going to take some time to catch there, but we're going to get there. I believe it. Could bring in Jerry Lawyer, but I like our commentary crew we have, to be honest with you. I like Gordon Soley and company. All right, so popularity, let's check everything here. Our regions, we're up to 23.7 in the other regions around the world. We're up to a 50.3 now in Latin America and a 52.5 in North America. That's what I'm talking about. That's good stuff. And again, still looking here, Dynasty's up to a 2.1 million fan base. Uprising back down a little bit there. That's okay. That's okay. 8 days away now from our pay-per-view. We do have 24 pieces of news here. Lots of promotion war stuff, blah, blah, blah. Nothing crazy. Obviously, we failed a couple goals that I just mishapped. Title request. Title win request for BG James. Hold on now. Let's check this. Not mid-card. BG. Okay, you're at a 21 popularity. You are rising. You are doing well. You're 5-4. You do have good momentum. You're on Dynasty. What title could we push him to? I mean, technically, we could say, hey, maybe he goes and dethrones Edge. And that frees Edge up to take the title off Ric Flair, because we have that planned already. Maybe we do that. Maybe we do that on the road and shock the world for him and give him an opportunity there. Why not? Let's do it. I accept. We will give you that opportunity. All right, 8 days away from our pay-per-view, on the road pay-per-view, that is. Give him the jobber title. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to give him that low card title, because Edge, I think, he's at the point now he doesn't need that title because he's growing so much in popularity. We need to get it off of him, so free him up. Maybe give him that little bit of that, well, no pun intended, edge to get to that next level against Ric Flair. So I think that could be a smart play. I really do. So again, everything's looking good here. Nothing of note. So I think, yeah, we're gonna have Edge drop the title to BG James here. Sign Billy Gunn and the New Age Outlaws, and I don't mind that. It's a good idea. Triple H and Kid, Nash and Kid, and Nash and Triple H. What are y'all talking about? You're talking about a faction? Gotcha. We'll think about factions in a little bit at some point. I'm not opposed to some good factions on here. Let's check hireables as always. Nothing from what I'm seeing here. Nope. What about debuts? Ron Reese. I'm not familiar with you unless you're just somebody, I don't know. Not interested. Not interested. Okay, so we should have our brand assignments, right? We should have him. Yeah, Kevin Nash is on as a heel. We should have Guerrero, Eddie, now on the board. So let's go make sure. Eddie, are you here finally? Yes, Eddie and Chavo. What was the tag team name again? I gotta scroll up in the chat to find it again, y'all. It was Los Gringos Locos, right? Yeah, I believe that's what you said, Brad. It was not for Eddie and Chavo, James said. I'm good with Los Guerreros. I like Los Guerreros. Why not? Let's run it. Do they have good chemistry? No, they have no chemistry whatsoever, but we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. June 1995 is Christian. Ooh. Okay, so June next year. Okay, we'll have to get to that. Listen to James. Okay. All right, James, I downloaded Discord. Can you add me? Gotcha. All right. Let's book this on the road, y'all. Let's book it because I really want to get this is on the road. We're in August. Should we head to another country outside of Latin America? I kind of like keeping these in Latin America just because it's our second biggest demographic. Maybe we've been to Mexico. We've gone to Brazil. Kind of think maybe Argentina could be interesting and go to Buenos Aires. And they don't have any specific venues for these other countries, which is stupid. Like they have them for if I go to London, we have that there. It's just weird to me that what about Bahamas? Like they don't have anything. All right, let's just stay over here at Buenos Aires. Let's go with this. 29,000 seats, man. All right. Book it. Again, we were talking about Edge dropping the title, correct? In this pay-per-view. I think we can get that going. It's a pretty good amount. Eddie Gilbert versus Eddie Guerrero for that title. I'd rather get some tag team chemistry going. Oh, here we go. We got a full dang squad here. Full squad here for this one. Drop that. The Hardys. Is Matt Hardy back? He is. I'm gonna get this. Stop that. Let's get the Los Guerreros in there. Let's get Ebony Experience in there, and let's get the Radicals to interfere. I want it to include a major spot. I do want it to steal the show if at all possible. The match gimmick will be a TLC match. And I want Terry Funk running this, and I want the spot to be pretty safe, and I want it to be a Chavo Guerrero spot. Eddie Guerrero is unhappy about it. Well, he can suck it up. You're not gonna win your first match in here, man. We're gonna give you a spotlight, but you're not gonna be making demands here that we're not, planning on backing up. Again, this is gonna be a no DQ match since it's for that title. Okay, that's good. Triple H and Kane are getting an angle. That's good. Edge versus Billy Joe Travis. Okay, so I want this here. So again, we had Edge and BG, not teams, BG James. And I want Bruce Pritchard to get this one for me here. I don't want Edge winning. I want BG James winning. Edge is probably not going to like this, but he can suck it up. It's going to be an opportunity for him to put somebody over, send him over the edge, and make him go crazy and interfere in this Ric Flair match down the line here, which I think could be really good because I like this here. So what we're going to do here with this is go Edge, interfering. Bruce Pritchard's got this one. It's going to have a interference, a DQ interference, where we're going to get a match ending in disqualification when an unauthorized individual interferes. So we're going to do that. We're going to have the interference here. The interference will be from Edge. And yeah, so we're going to make sure we give Ric Flair a big entrance in this match. Probably, since that's going to be that, we're going to... That's good. I like it. I like it. And then you got this one. Go steal the show, why don't you, you guys? Okay. Do I have a low card title for each show? I do. So I have, technically, Dr. Death is holding the low card brass knuckle title, even though he's a main eventer. And then Edge is holding the low card title for the other brand. So those are your two low card titles. The light heavyweight title is a mid card title. And we don't have another mid card title. And then these are your two main event titles right here. The tag titles are, of course, mid carders. The women's title is a main event for the women. That's what we have set up for right now. For right now. You got this one. Eddie Gilbert, Jerry Lynn. Now, Eddie Gilbert, who are you feuding with currently? Jake the Snake. So let's get Jake the Snake involved in this match. Have him show up, get involved in some capacity there. We need our women to have a match, so we're gonna go female match here. I like the idea of this one. We're going like with maybe a tag team match. So let's go you two in a tag team. You're gonna be in a tag team. And then add one more tag team here. Let's go Terry Power and you in a tag team. Have that go 15 minutes with Giant Baba at the helm. I want y'all to try to steal the show because I think y'all can. I think this is going to be a huge, awesome match. Y'all can crush it. Move that a little bit later. Okay, let's drop this down. Drop that down. Okay. That's a pretty dang loaded show. Is it a time limit title? No, not. I don't even think I could set that up in this right now. But yeah, it's not. Let's go buy-in for this show with my personalities. Let's add Francine on there, Paul Heyman, and Jim Cornette. Then we're going to work in some storylines with Kane and Triple H as is usual. And we're going to work in a feud for Bret Hart, Jeff Jarrett. Just cuz. Video angle, as always. For all our feuds. Edge is about to drop that title. It's going to make things interesting. Let's see what happens there. All right. Women's triple threat right there. Keep looking that forward. Dr. Death, Chris Jericho. We're going to have to pay that off at some point. Chris Candido and Rocky Johnson, we really don't care about that feud. We have it on there, just trying to give them something to do. And then Eddie Gilbert, Jake the Snake, we've got something with that. All right, that's pretty dang good. Open the show with a nice video package showcasing all our talents. All right. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading through some comments I was missing there. Okay. I think this is a solid show. We have everything booked pretty solidly. We do need to cut 4 minutes, it says. So let's cut a little bit out of that. All right, there we go. Now we're maxed out. Let's do this thing. Let's book this thing. Get an 87 for the buy-in segment. A 100% for the video segment. Opening match, 4 stars. Did fairly well. Kane Triple H segment did great. Women's match, tag team match, 4.5 stars, did really well. That's what we're talking about. Edge defeated by BG James. 2-star match. Edge lost a smidge of popularity. BG James gets a massive push, though. Good for him. Good for him. 4-star match here. The tag titles up for grabs, and the Hardys take down Los Guerreros and the Ebony Experience. Eddie Gilbert retains against Jerry Lynn. Ric Flair retains in a 4-star match there. And then your main event, Bret Hart retains in a 4.5-star match. Another dang good show. That's an 88. That's one of our better on the roads right there. That's a really solid show. That's a really solid show. So we've promised Bobby Walker title shot. Sorry, Bobby. I forgot about you. Got that one done at least, though. Let's see the numbers here. Did well. Did well. Not too shabby whatsoever there. Okay. Popularity looks good. 52.7, 50.9. So we have 2 at 50s. We have a lot of others rising through really quickly. All right, we do have contracts getting ready for expiration. Jake the Snake is running out of his contract right now. Let's try to get him to a 2-year deal if we can help it. I'll throw a 1 in front of this and a 1 in front of that. See if we can keep you on for a little bit of time here. Anybody else contract running out? No. So, all right, we're a little over an hour in the stream. Okay, so I got a little bit of time left. I think what we're going to do, we're going to get through this next on the road, and let's book Gold Rush for today and be good. I think that's where we're at. So let's advance forward a little bit of time here, because I really want to get to that blow off for Triple H and Kane. I really do. I want that to be finished up here. What's going on here? Anything? Jake accepts the contract. Nice. So Jake the Snake accepts. Hulk Hogan's turning a new chapter for himself right there, it appears. Newfound humility and professionalism. Good for him. A match for your bloody pay-per-view, a hardcore brawl, falls count anywhere type match where they fight in the bathroom concessions, the lake, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that'd be fun, Brad. That would be a really good one. Again, that would be for my my collision course, which we just did that last episode. I already have some ideas for my graveyard shift pay-per-view. Obviously, like a buried alive match and a Hell in a Cell, stuff like that would be freaking sweet. All right, let's see here. So again, we failed that one promise. Blah blah blah. Title match request for Scott Putski. No, sorry, Scott, not happening. Nice that people have actually stopped failing drug tests and have learned. Yeah, I agree. Let's actually look at that medical. Because again, right now we're not doing testing for soft drugs. It's only for steroids and hard drugs. Nobody's failed for those lately, but we do still have people failing with positive testing for soft drugs. So it's probably pot, if we had to guess. But we're not testing for that. So, or we're not giving repercussions for that. So that is good. People are off the roids. People are off the hard stuff. Hopefully that stays that way. We'll see. We say that now. Watch. You're gonna. We should have knocked on wood. Dang it! It's gonna happen now. It's gonna happen now. Can you sign RVD back? Let me look. Rob Van. Yeah, I can. He is available. Good shout right there. Good shout. I would love to get RVD. I love RVD. He's one of my favorites from. Does he have a gimmick? Yes, he does. The whole effing show is what it's called. Okay. Well, way to be just right on it, right, huh? Well, we'll do it. 4-year deal. Bring him on in. Bring him on in. Speed. You talking about I Am Speed? I don't want that guy in my company. Screw him. Sorry. I'm not going to hire influencers. MS1. Dude's named after a missile? What is that? Let's go look at debut dates. Make sure. Still nobody new. All right. Let's advance. Let's keep going. Maybe go through full testing now. You've earned plenty of money. Maybe they're slipping through the cracks. I could do full testing. I'm kind of scared to do that, to be quite honest with you. Okay, he accepts the deal. I need Bill Alfonso. Oh, Speed is a software. I got you. I thought you were talking about I Am Speed. I don't know why. Gotcha. I could do okay right now. So we're still doing small sample randomized testing. You say full scale? Cost $190,000 a month. We should do it. All staff. Everybody. Let's do it. Okay? We've been letting some people probably slip through the cracks. You're right. I agree with you. Bill, you were saying Bill. Bill. What are you talking about? Bill Alfonso, 37-year-old referee. Pretty good ref. Bill managed Rob in ECW. Got that whistle. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Half the roster may fail. Yeah, you're right. They may. This could be an absolute catastrophic mess. Let's do it. Let's just sign people. Let's drug test everybody. Let's hold everyone accountable in this dang company. We're going to be the shining example in the wrestling industry of how you should do it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm nervous, man. You're going to scare the crap out of me with this. Let's see. Okay, he accepts the contract. Good. We have another referee. Let's go brand assignments. RVD. Where should we put him? Dynasty or Uprising? He is a babyface. He's a mid-carder. It's not that any of them have a shortage. Obviously, we do have plenty on both sides. I think he'd be fun in Uprising. He'd be fun. Alonzo, I'm going to put you in Uprising. I'm going to put him in Uprising. RVD is heading to Uprising. You want to work with Kevin Nash. Stevie Ray wants to work with Kevin Nash at some point. Sure, we can try to make that work. I'm thinking about this in my head. All right, we got on the road in 17 stinking days. Let's get there. Let's get there. It's taking forever to get through this pay-per-view cycle right now. Let's see what we can do. Okay, what now? You want to work with her? Yeah, we'll get you to work with her. Certainly. Can we get to my pay-per-view, please? Can you sign Father James Mitchell? We'll see. All right. We are still, golly, so many interruptions on this. Oh, there you go. See, you said it. We had a failed drug test, and it comes from one of our bookers that obviously haven't been using all that often. He failed for steroids. Why are you even using steroids? You're not even being booked for anything. Well, you get the 30-day book. You get the 30-day kick. You are suspended for 30 days. Funaki, come on now. Dadgummit. We just started to feel good about stuff. And there goes a staff member down, and we weren't using them all that often, so it really doesn't bother me. Brad, why are you celebrating? You wanted this to happen. Y'all wanted the demise. We have 11. Let's see now. What do we have here? Okay. Look at that. Bret Hart wants a title match. You're a title champion. Sure, Brett. You're already a champ, are you not? Did you drop the title? No. Whatever. That's easy enough to do. Yes, we want fails. I like the idea of Little Funaki on steroids is hilarious to me. Yeah, I know. I don't know what he's doing. He's just a booker. He's a staff member. He's not even in the ring anymore. Like, why are you even taking roids? I don't get it. But whatever. To each their own. Okay, so we're getting set for finally our next show. It's been feels like 2 months now since our last show. We're close though. Here we go. We're on the road. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Promotion war, summaries, all that looks good. No more failings. That's good too. Let's check hirables. Quick thing here. Just looking. Don't see anybody I want. Let's go to new debuts. Billy Kidman is available to be signed. Who's Billy Kidman again? The name rings a bell to me, but I can't remember what he did or what he's known for. As a shooting star press. Somebody let me know, Billy Kidman. But we're going to get booking. We're going to get booking. This is on the road, September show. Again, going to be going. We're going to go to Europe for this one. Why not? Let's go to Europe. Let's go to the UK, England, and we're going to try to go to Leeds Arena. We'll sell it out. That's nice. All right, we're going to see what we can do here. Funaki out here looking like Brock Lesnar. Hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, so big show taking place in London, England, and Leeds Arena. We have a lot of good stuff here. Eddie Guerrero and Eddie Gilbert. Ric Flair getting the title match. Hardy's Fantastics. I'm thinking here. What do I want to do here for this? Do I kind of want to get the Jericho title match. That's coming up though soon. We got to save some of these. And we got Bret Hart coming up soon with another thing. Okay, let's just book a really steady show. I'm not going to try to do anything stupid crazy. I do want Edge getting involved in this matter at some point. Just to stay in this presence in some way. Okay, that's good. Terry Funk's got this match. The Hardys and the Fantastics always having matches, man. What else we got here? Let's throw in the Gangstas and call that good. And then this one here, we will go Terry Funk, no DQ. Let's make it a street fight. Make it fun. Okay, so we got a couple angles there. All right. I'm not sure I want to do a buy-in for this show, to be honest with you guys. I don't know what the buy-ins are really establishing for us. So we're just going to go with our video package and see if it has any impact on the show rating with having not do the buy-in on the pre-show. Okay, so we have all this going. Get stuff going here for the women's roster. Dr. Death, Jericho, Dean Malenko, and the Hardys and the Perry Saturns of the world. Chris Candido and Rocky Johnson. And then Eddie Gilbert, Jake the Snake Roberts. Book it. That's how we're going to start our show there. And then I want a post-match angle. I want a post-match beatdown. Let's see here. Title belt stolen. Yep. That's what I want. I want Edge to steal the title from Ric Flair. Right after the match finishes. Yes. All right, let's book this sucker. So we get an 100% to open the show up for the video angle. We get an 84 angle between Jeff Jarrett, Bret Hart. Dr. Death, Steve Williams retains in a 4-star match, doing incredible stuff there with that mid-card title for us. 4-star match there, and Jeff Hardy and the Hardys retain. BG James retains against Billy Joe Travis. 81 segment between Steve Williams and Chris Jericho. Eddie Gilbert defeats Eddie Guerrero in a 3-star match. We got Ric Flair retaining in a 5-star match against Misawa. Man, oh man, they're crushing it. And then your main event finish up was Edge stealing the title, which helped everybody in that segment. That's good. That's good stuff. Good stuff. We get a 85 overall, man. We get an 85. Really want a bloody Falls Count Anywhere match. It's gonna happen. We're not gonna do it at that show. I don't think it'd work for maybe the overseas crowd, but Gold Rush, 5 days away. That's our next big 4 pay-per-view. It's about to happen there. It's about to happen there. And that'll be the last show for this. No, you're not getting to quit. Some of these people I have signed, I don't even know who you are. Quit asking me for title matches. All right. New Jack and Mustafa are the gangsters, right? I believe so. It's whoever y'all told me whenever we put them together. I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We're 1 day away from the pay-per-view. No more drug tests that have failed. You want a push request. Brad Armstrong, or Rad, he is a current upper mid card. He wants to become a main eventer. Now, he does have 42 popularity. That's pretty dang good. I'm not sure I want to get him to a main, like, his morale sucks, by the way. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, yeah, you've lost some matches, but he is on Dynasty currently. I don't know, man, if I push him to a main eventer right now. He's done well before December 20th. That is some time. Okay, we'll say yes for the time being. And we may make that happen with a brand switch or something like that. I just don't know about that right now for him personally. Okay. Let's check again. Hirings. Anybody? Nope. Ooh, we got Billy Kidman there, and then Tajiri. It's a name I hadn't thought about in a lot of time. He's here. He's ready to go. He's got good experience with Rey Mysterio Sr. Not sure I want you, though, to be honest, right now. All right, so we're 1 day away from the pay-per-view. Let's get it. Okay. Gold Rush. Let's see. We sold pretty good tickets for that last show. Here we go. Gold Rush. Big 4 pay-per-view. This is our September show. Coming to you from Texas. I like it. We're going to be seating about 34,000 people. So we could try to go to Globe Life Field, which isn't even built yet in real life in that game at this time span. So that makes no sense. Could go to Cowboy Stadium, but how would that be? 34,000? No chance. Let's go Alamo Stadium then. Sell it out. Tajiri in the Mist. Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's book this out. So this is going to be like every championship's up for grabs type thing. And it does have a ladder match for number 1 contender. I forgot about that. That's part of the logic for the booking is going to have a basically like a Money in the Bank type match. Okay, there we go. We got our titles. We have a ladder match. Okay, we're blowing off our feud between Triple H and Kane. Finish that up. I promised Stevie Ray a match against Kevin Nash. Anybody else have a promise that I need to get done right now? No. So just Stevie Ray and Kevin Nash wanted a match. We can do that. Let's do, where's old Stevie Ray at? We can do that right here. We'll let y'all have a match. We'll put Bruce Pritchard on the call for it. See who wins it. We're going to open with a ladder match. The winner of this gets a number 1 contender. And it's not going to be Jeff Jarrett in there. I'm going to tell you right now. Dark Patriot, Jake the Snake, Great Kabuki's back. It's nice. Rick Steiner, nice. Who else is needing to be in there that's not being used for anything? Let's go. Brad Armstrong, get you in there. Why not? Eddie Guerrero, get you in there. I'm going to pick for this. To give a title shot at some point in the future here within a year. I think we go with Brad Armstrong. Give him the big push. I do want y'all to try to put a really good match forward. Let's have Bruce Pritchard run this thing for us. Some of them aren't happy about that, but they're going to have to suck it up. Okay, it is what it is. Dr. Death taking on his opponent here. It's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere, like a really brutal parking lot brawl. I like it. It's going to be chaotic. I'd like it to be a chaotic match with a major spot. And both of you involved in a gruesome major spot. Bloody, gruesome major spot. And since it is chaotic, we are going to lower that down to about a 12-minute match instead. Hardy's taking on the Fantastics. I don't want them in another match with them. I want to have the Radicals. And I want to get Fantastics. That's why not. Why not? We'll just do it. We'll go with Giant Babas on it. And we'll go with a TLC match on this. And we'll get Matt Hardy with the retrieval. Steal the show with this match, please. And have a major spot. Yes, have y'all with a major entrance. And we're going to have Matt Hardy and Tommy Fulton involved in a major spot. Okay. Whew, this pay-per-view is going to be bananas. BG James, Billy Joe Travis. Don't really care who wins this one, but we're going to leave that as is. Billy Joe's not happy about it. Suck it up. Eddie Gilbert, who are you feuding with right now? We need to blow your feud off. Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake, get out of this match. Jerry Lynn, get out of this match. Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake. Okay, here we go. I want to see who's going to win this. I want y'all to go automatic for this. I want to have Terry Funk run it. And I want y'all to have like a barbed wire ropes match. Sounds wild. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're doing some crazy stuff in this thing, man. How about a post-show segment recapping the pay-per-view botch? That's not a bad idea. We can do that. Good idea. Eddie Gilbert, Jake the Snake. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do the title. Where is it? There it is. And then Ric Flair needs to defend his title against his storyline, which will be Bam Bam Bigelow and Edge. Okay, here we go. This is what we're about to get. We're about to get the Edge win here. It's got to be for the North American Championship. And yes, Edge is going to beat Bam Bam Bigelow in a kind of a cheap finish, like a weapon usage cheap finish. I do want y'all to steal the show, and I want a big entrance for you. And I want Bam Bam Bigelow to have like another big spot. They don't like it, but they can deal with it. And then our main event, we need... Also, I need to get my women's match on there, actually, too. So let's get our women's triple threat title match. We needed to get that going. Let's let y'all go 15 minutes with you on the helm. Whoever's going to win is going to win. Let's steal the show, ladies. Get after it. Y'all should be having a banger of a show there. All right, and then your main event match. Finally, we finish this up. Or we need Triple H and Kane to finish their feud. This is going to be with Paul Heyman at ringside. It's going to have Triple H and Kane both with a big entrance. I want it to be a little bit shorter side, like a 10, 11-minute match. And the match gimmick will be a buried alive match. And I want Triple H to defeat Kane by throwing him into the structure, the loser's Kane. Yes. Should be wild. Should be wild. Should be a good one. Kane is angry with that segment. Deal with it. Deal with it. And then your main event, finally, your last main event, we get the double switch here. We've been wanting it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get the Triple Crown Championship. Bret Hart, Jeff Jarrett. Double switch here. And I want this to be an opportunity to have somebody from Uprising win the title. And I think it being trying to look here. It being Akira here makes sense. It is for the Triple Crown Championship, and it's going to be Akira with the win. Here's why. It's going to be a supernatural occurrence. No, it's going to be a cheap finish from Dusty DQ, no. Distraction, screwy ref, ring break. Winner removes and protects. I don't want... Let's do that one. Let's do the outside interference. We're going to get the double turn here. I do want y'all to steal the show. It's going to have interference here. Bret Hart, Jeff Jarrett both get big entrances. And I want the double turn to take place in this match. It is going to have Bruce Pritchard on the call for it. I do want this one to be a no DQ style match. We're going to see how that hits. Bret Hart's happy about it. Okay, Bret Hart's not gonna be. He doesn't really care about that. That's fine. And then y'all are saying what a post-match, post-show segment. So what I think we're gonna do after this match finishes here, we're gonna add an angle for a double turn if we can do it. Or turn, maybe something. Let's see. Respect, refuse after. Ooh. Let's go post-match. Trying to find it. Surprise finisher after the bell. I like it. That works for what we're trying to do here. Bret Hart will hit him. Jeff Jarrett is the victim. And that's after the show finishes up there. And then we'll finish with a video angle to wrap up the events of the night after the show has concluded. Man, this is going to be crazy. Crazy events. I'm hoping this show ends up being one of our best yet. It should. We're putting on a lot of time and effort for this one. So theoretically, it should hit everything. But we'll see. Okay, and that will happen as a post-show segment. Okay. We'll do our buy-in before with Paul Heyman, Tammy, and Jim Cornette. We'll put Bret Hart on there. We'll put Edge in there. And then we'll put Triple H and Kane on there. That's our pre-show. And then is there like a show intro, like an intro of some sort? Intro. Pre-match, big fight feel. Oh, I like this. Worker A, worker B, and the announcers will be Jim, Gordon, and Scott. That's going to be happening. Nope, it's supposed to be a main show. Yep. Where is it? Huge fight feel right before that. Okay. We're booking like crazy, man. We're going to have to cut a lot of minutes out of this show, dadgummit. This should be for the women's title. I forgot about that. Okay, yep. Okay, all right. We need to cut some booking down here. So let's... Pre-show. Yeah. Where's the post-show angle that I did? This should have been the post-show angle. Yep. There we go. All right, so let's cut some time down now. This angle certainly doesn't need to be that long, so let's cut that down by about 5-6 minutes. This match here will go 20, 10, 10, 12, about 14, Man, we got to cut a lot more time. All right, this one we're going to cut down a little bit. Kane and Triple H is good at where it's at. Y'all need to go about 15. That. Still need to cut 8 minutes. All right, we're just going to cut this angle entirely. We still need to cut 2 minutes. Cut that by 2. All right, there we go. We fit it. We fit it in. One of our big 4 shows, y'all. I had to cut a lot of time. This is a full show, man. We get an 89 for the buy-in. Here we go. Our number 1 contender, Money in the Bank match, if you will, and it is Brad Armstrong getting the win. He will have a title opportunity at some point, and this is going to be the way he gets that push to a main eventer. So that's the way to start the show off. Kevin Nash, Stevie Ray have a stinker of a match. Beautiful. Then we get Dr. Death retaining in a 2.5-star match. 71 did fairly well, but I guess they didn't have a great chemistry. The women put on a 4.5-star match. Manami Toyota retains. Then the tag team division pulls through a 97 from the crowd, 81 overall. The Hardys retain in the triple threat. BG James, terrible match against him and Billy Joe Travis. Wow. The night is young, though. Then we get our big fight feel entrances for Kane and Triple H. And Triple H wins the feud. It's a 1-star match, but the crowd loved it. Would have probably been better without all the chaos. I disagree. It needed some of that chaos, baby. Eddie Gilbert defeats Jake the Snake, retains his title. Pretty good match. Ric Flair, triple threat match. Edge wins and is your new North American heavyweight champion. 93 score. Edge riding that wave of momentum. It worked perfectly. It worked perfectly for us there. Then you get your Bret Hart, Jeff Jarrett triple threat here. Jeff Jarrett defeated and Bret Hart defeated as Akira Maeda as your new Triple Crown champion. And here's where we get the turn. Jeff Jarrett's going to turn face. Success. Perfect. We got the double turn we wanted. It worked. It worked, baby. It worked. We get the double turn. Then we get the segment there to end the show. Bret Hart lays out Jeff Jarrett with a finisher. He's the heel now. And then we finish the show with a nice video package summarizing everything that took place. It's a 100%. And it ends up being a 88 show. Pretty dang good. Still, I was hoping we get to the 90s with that one, but it didn't quite get there. Really solid show, though. As you see now, our popularity up to a 34.2 in those regions, up to a 53.4 and a 54.2. Dadgum. Okay. Let's see. Promise succeeded. Promise succeeded. Promise succeeded. That's what I like to see. All right, let's see how we did for Gold Rush here. Time Warner, $1 million. We had 120,000 people for the pay-per-view there at Time Warner. Samurai TV did well. Some of our best numbers we put out in Canada. Pretty good in Mexico as well. And we sold 30,000 seats. Man, oh man. Fans toss garbage into ring. No, man, that's a great show. Great finish is what we needed for some of those things. So now we finish the Triple H Kane storyline. That is done. We finish this storyline here with Edge now being the champion. Bret Hart, Jeff Jarrett. We get that to finish, but now we can add an element there to that. I'm not done with it quite yet. This one's going to wrap up. Not done with the all yet. We'll need to get that to grow. So, all right, we got some stuff we're doing here. We're going to end this storyline as well. So ending several storylines. We're going to end that storyline too. A lot of stuff changing. Okay, that's what we got planned. So we have, for next stream, we have On the Road coming up in 28 days. Then we have our next pay-per-view, Graveyard Shift. That's our Halloween-themed pay-per-view. Following that, we have another On the Road, and then a Lone Star Rumble, which is our December pay-per-view. It's our Royal Rumble pay-per-view, basically. And then we got contracts starting to run out. So we got a lot of good stuff, y'all. Wrapping up. The company's doing amazing. It's doing very well. Again, we're paying attention to debut dates. Scoot Andrews is now available to hire. let's check out awards. Match of the year, Bret Hart, Ric Flair, still the match of the year with the Iron Man match they put on. Angle of the year, we have Dominated. Wrestler of the year, we have 4 of the top 5. It's incredible. Let's go to promotion of the year. We are dropped now to 5th. We're at 74 overall. It's okay. Show of the year, we're nowhere near New Japan. New Japan just putting out bangers every time they can do. They always do. We're surprised. So we're still in a good spot. In terms of our finances, we last month did lose money. We actually were negative $2,400,000, but I think some of that is because of new expenditures with let's see what the big expenditure was. Why is it getting so low here? Production, it's got to be staff wages, right? Or maybe we just didn't have as many pay-per-views. That's probably the reason. Yeah, right here. Network deals was lower than ever because of the lack of pay-per-views we had. Merchandise was good. Venues were not great. Tickets were still good. Okay, so we should still be okay. We will have to pay attention to some of these numbers a little bit now as we start. You know, our prices are getting a little bit up there, but we're in a great place, y'all. We are hopefully within the next few streams we'll get out of the cult promotion size. Checking out the promotion still around. Nobody's selling yet, from what I can tell. Nobody's selling. Ohio Valley. Okay, so yeah, nobody's selling. They're in bad. They're not dire yet though, so we're keeping a close eye on all of this, y'all. Again, as thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Our channel members, patrons, thank you all for your love and support as always. Again, same time, same place. Next Wednesday, potentially. Next week may be a little in flux because got newborn number 3 coming very soon, so that may change up some stream scheduling and whatnot. So have some patience there with me as we figure everything out. But I plan on streaming tomorrow for our GM series at some point in the afternoon, so keep the notifications on so you know what's going down. As always, I thank you all for being a part of it today. Stay safe. God bless. If I could pray for you all in any way, comment below. Love to do that for you guys. But until next time, have a good one, and we'll see you back here.